In one of the videos I made 2 years ago was about people to join the US military. And people have been asking me what are exactly the benefits of someone to join the US military, and especially for immigrants. I know there are so many benefits for people here, and they know that's why there are so many people joining the military. But when we come as immigrant, sometimes we do not know what are the benefits, but sometimes we know, but it is too late to know the benefits, or some people, they do not know at all, and that opportunity goes away from them. So in this video today, I'm going to explain and encouraging you, if you are here as immigrant, and especially people with a green card already, or people who are coming with a green card lottery, and I encourage you, if you meet the qualifications to join the US military, it will be a good idea for you to join the US military, because there are so many benefits for you to be in the US military. Myself, I had the opportunity to serve in the US Navy, and I'm going to explain some of the benefits I have received so far as someone who had the opportunity to serve in the US military. So that is one of the time I was in deployment. This was we're in Australia at that time when we were in the deployment. So welcome everyone to the EBM Scholars. If today is your first time to come to my YouTube channel, first and foremost, I ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the like button so that this video can be able to be shared to so many other people, so that they can also benefit with the information I'm sharing, particularly how you can be able to succeed here in the United States and other developed world, and if you are immigrant especially. So let me start with the joining the military. So I'm not going to deep on this particular video. I will make a separate video and showing you the process which you can be able to undertake to join the US military. So overall, we have 3 major branches, though one is not a branch, is a sub branch of the military. So there is the US Army, US Air Force, and then there is US Navy. So these are the 3 major branches. Within Navy, there is Marines. So Marines is a subset or sub-branch within the US Navy. Though obviously the Marine Corps, they prefer to call themselves as a Marine Corps, is a separate branch. I have no problem with that. They are heavy duty people, we all know that. So overall, there is the issue of education, there is the issue of age, and there is the issue of just immigration status you have to be able to join. There are other requirements or other things which will be considered for you to be able to join. But overall, each branch has a separate set of standards. So for instance, if you want to join the military, there is enlisted, and then there is officer side. Enlisted are non-officers, and the officers are officers, we know that. So when you want to join, if you are not a US citizen with a bachelor degree, you will not be able to apply and join as officer. So if you come here a green card lottery winner, or you are here as a student, down the road you got married, down the road you get green card through sponsorship of work, or green card through marriage, or any other way through asylum, and you want to join. If you're just still a green card holder, you will end up joining as enlisted despite of your education. That was my case. I had a master's degree, but despite of having a master's degree, I was just a green card holder. I was not a US citizen. If I wanted to become an officer, I had to wait because I was almost one and a half year ahead. Like I have to wait like at least 1.5 years to 2 years to be able to become a US citizen first in order to join as officer. So I decided to go right away as enlisted, because I had education. In order to join as enlisted, you needed to have at least a minimum of high school education and green card. You can be able to join. And then there is the issue of age. The age for Marine in the Air Force, you join maximum with the age of 29 going 30. But if you are going as Army and I'm talking for enlisted, Army and the Navy, you can join before your 35th birthday. That means on the day you are signing the contract and going to the boot camp, you are not supposed to be at the age of 35. So that is the cutoff point. For the officer, there is different age limit and other factors. So that is, I'm not going to talk into detail about that. There is the issue of height, weight, and all those kind of things. Yeah, so those are the few things I want to mention. But I want to give the benefits of why you should join the U.S. military, and especially if you are immigrant. This will be able to help you. And I'm not talking things from vacuum. These are the things which are there. They are there by law. And myself, I have benefited from these types of benefits when you join the U.S. military. So let's say you have come here directly from day one as a green card holder. You come here for the first, at least the first year up to the second year, despite of whether you have bachelor degree, master's, high school, most of the jobs you will start here, there will be the basic jobs, the $10, $15 jobs. If you can get the good one, it will be $18, $20 warehouse jobs, working at the supermarkets, working at the customer service. There are different types of jobs you'll be able to do, but what we say these are kind of like in general, are not like very skilled jobs. Like I'm giving an example, you come here to become a bank manager. You cannot come here and become a professional accountant. You cannot come here and become maybe a logistics officer. Those they just come a little bit higher until you develop the work experience within the United States or within the country you are, in order to get the work experience here, but also supervisor to give you a good recommendation so that you can be able to apply and get. So because of that, I usually tell people, if you join the military, it is a very good way because it has so many benefits. So I'm going to give at least 5 major benefits, 5 to 7 benefits if you want. There are tangible benefits which we know them. These are the tangible benefits, and there are some benefits which are intangible benefits, so which you can be able to see them. So number 1, joining the U.S. military, that is a stable job. So assume you come here, you end up working a job of, let's say, $12 per hour. That is your minimum job. It depends on the state. There are states with the small minimum wage. So just assume you work $12 per hour job. So if you work a $12 per hour job and in a normal way, without overtime, and you have one job, you are supposed to work 40 hours per week. If you work 40 hours per week, it means you are working about 160 hours in a month. So times that one times $12, you get this amount, 1,920. So let's say the money, the amount is going a little bit higher. So let's say you get maybe even $15. $15 times 160 is 2,400. This is the amount you are going to get. So out of that amount, you are supposed to deduct the tax. You are supposed to, there is state tax, there is a federal tax. There is a video I talked about the taxing. So that video you can be able to see here. The video I've been talking about are the taxes you're going to pay in America. So the taxes you can be paying, the federal, the state, and some of the cities they deduct some there. But apart from that, there is a tax there's Medicaid, there is health insurance. So there are so many, there is Social Security, they deduct a lot. So let's say they are going to deduct like that 400 minimum. So remaining with the 2,000. With the 2,000, then you come to pay for the rent, then you come to pay for the rent, water, electricity, whatever, the gas. So you have other bills. You have to pay for the trash sometimes. You have to pay. So there are so many bills around there. Your cell phone. Apart from that, then it comes with the transportation, whether you have personal vehicle or you have what we have. You are going to use public transportation. You have clothing. So there are so many expenses. This is not enough. Enough money. So you will be ending up to do at least 2 jobs to go at least 4,000 or 3,500 if you have to be able to survive well into that particular situation, to have enough money even to save. But if you join the military, this is what I'm saying is a stable job. Number one, let's say you are coming here with a few courses of college, whatever diploma you have. So with those few courses, you will start at least E2 or E3 as enlisted. Enlisted, they take E as the initial, then there is number from E1 to E9. For the officer, there is officer O1 and going up. So let's say you are coming as E2, E3. So the amount of money you are going to make as salary alone is about 2,000. So that is the amount you are going to get like on a monthly basis. But if you are single, you'll be given free accommodation and you don't pay any utility. You don't pay for electricity, you don't pay for water, you don't pay for gas, you don't pay for whatever, any other costs, trash, you don't pay all those kind of things. You'll be living on the special barracks which are paid for by the US government. So it's 2,000 plus accommodation. If you are married, when I joined for my case, I was married and I was stationed in California, in San Diego. So for that case, I was getting like 2,000 plus the money for housing. And for money for housing, because I had a family, it was at that particular time, it was 2012 to 2014, I was getting paid about 1,885. Excuse me, that is the cost at that time for San Diego. But for some people in San Francisco, it was higher if you were, depending on which state you are. So let's say it was average 2,000. So if you have 2,000 in salary and you get 2,000 extra more for housing, that is about 4,000, which is much better than just having just the plain 2,000. So so for the money wise, this is a stable job. You have 4,000 up to that. Then they cover your food. For instance, if you are going to work, at work, you'll be eating at work, or otherwise they give you 300 each month. So you add there. Because I'm native speaker for Swahili, I was getting $500 extra for language. Now there is they have changed, they modified the regulations on whether just by knowing another language and get a certification, you just get paid. Now they want you if you are using it. So I'm not so sure on how it works on that benefit. But for me, I got the language benefit. So if I add there, and then it was about, I got like 4,500, 4,800 around just to start with. And they had a very good medical care as a military for me and my family, dental, medical, and everything was very, very good covered. So that is number one, and it's a very stable job. You cannot just be going to be, if you don't commit unnecessary crime, to be taken to the court martial and all other crazy stuff. You cannot be just being fired just like any other job, whether you can be going to employer and fire you at any particular time, what we call the contract at will. So that is number one, is a very stable job. And the more it is, to go up is very easy. There are certain procedure after staying on one rank. After this time, there are certain jobs you just go by default. There are some you have to take the exam in order to go to the next step. So those are the few things you need to know, that how you can be able to go about. So it's a very stable jobs with a very good benefits. So that's number one. So just assume people with a degree, as a special, which is not a science, high-tech, engineering, those medical field, you can have even a PhD and your salary will not go more than $5,000-6,000 per month. So, but you come here, you are with high school, you make up to nearby 3,000, nearby 4,000 per month. And with all the good benefits of the federal, especially the military part, that's a good start. So that is number one, the good benefit. The second benefit is about the education benefit. Because in one way or another, as immigrant here, in order to compete at the highest level, you need to have education from America. You can have with your master's degree from Kampala University. Or you can come there from University of Dar es Salaam, from University of KwaZulu-Natal, or Kenyatta University, or Kumasi University. You can come with all those good degrees with first class, but you come here, it's not a big deal, because they trust more if you say, I studied from this university, from this state. It makes them comfortable that they know you studied their own system. You have certification within America. So if you have all those kind of things, it will help you to compete. So by joining the US military, you have the benefit of going to school. If you want to start, you are given 36-month paid benefit. Like if you want to go to study, they will pay up to 36 months. So it's technically 4 full years of your studies. So that means if you want to study bachelor, master's, or PhD, as long as your school fees is not exceeding 19,000, I think, to 20,000, if it's not exceeding that amount, which in many public universities doesn't go to that amount, and they will pay you for your money for housing. If you, for instance, now I'm out of the military, I decide to use my benefit now to go to study, they will give me some extra money for housing. But if I'm active duty while I'm in the military, they will not pay me extra money while they're already giving me the housing. So usually I advise people, if you want to go to study and use the housing money, you have to be out of the military to get the housing money. So that is, no matter what, whether you study while you are in the military or out, you are going to be given that benefit, and it will be able to help you to save thousands and thousands of dollars, or good investment, because you are not going to get the education loan for you to be able to pursue your further studies here. So that is another benefit. Another benefit is about the home loan. In order to buy a house here in America, you need to have what we call the down payment. You need to pay a certain amount of money. That amount of money, you'll be able to just to show that I'm capable of buying this house, but this is a starting up. So the down payment is about 20% the worth or the price of the home. So this is my house, if you can see it. It is here in the state of Missouri, where I live. This house, I purchased this house for the price of $160,000 US. But I didn't pay all amount, and I didn't pay 20% upfront. Many people, it's a lot of money to say you pay $16,000 or $20,000 cash. It's a lot of money, especially in America, where when you get the money, you have to pay all the bills and everything. It is very difficult to be able to survive. So because of that, I purchased this home. Guess how much did I pay? As I said, I didn't pay the 20% of this home. This is when it is only winter time. You can be able to see. It is a beautiful area, bigger space. So, because I was in the military, I get the what we call VA home loan, Veteran Affairs Home Loan. So the 20% is going to be guaranteed. Instead of paying that way, because I served in the US military, the US government say thank you for your service, and is going to be the guarantor of my loan. So I don't pay the 20%. So I don't pay the down payment. So for me, when I purchased this home, I paid $1,000 US, and that $1,000 US was just for the inspection of the house, just to find out if everything is okay, in order to be able to move in, to finalize the final contract and to go into the house. So, but if I didn't serve in the military, maybe possible up to now I could be struggling finding the way to get the down payment, because it's a lot of money. But with that, I was able to pay or to start or to get the home. So the first benefit I told you is a stable job. The second one is a education benefit. The third benefit is a home loan. They will give you a home. You can be able to purchase a home with a VA home loan without a down payment. Let's go to another benefit. Another benefit is you will be able to be given citizenship right away. If you're a green card holder, you join the military. While you are in the boot camp, before you graduate, you'll be given U.S. citizenship. For me, I got a green card through marriage. But I became a U.S. citizen through joining the military. While I was in boot camp, on week number 6, because the Navy boot camp is 8 weeks. So the 3rd, 4th week, I took the exam. Going to the 6th week usually is the finalization of the most of the heavy duty training. So the week number 6 is when I went to take the oath of citizenship and I became American citizen. So instead of waiting, for instance, you come on a green card lottery, for instance, or you get a green card through work, instead of waiting for 5 years, you were able to get citizenship within 6 weeks. That's another advantage. Also, there are other medical benefits. Even if you get out, there are certain things you'll be able to get under medical, depending how long you have been able to save and the nature of your discharge. So there is other kind of medical benefits. But this is another thing people have to understand. After getting out of the military, if you get out of the military and you are looking for jobs, in any job application you are going to apply, they will ask you one question. Write down if you have ever been a U.S. Are you a U.S. veteran? That is the question they will ask. If you say yes, they will ask another question. What was your nature of discharge? Were you discharged under honorable, dishonorable, general, whatever other than honorable, all those kind of discharge? If you discharged under honorable discharge, you are going to be given higher priority to get a job. This is any company in America. They give you priority. Remember, America is the country of patriotism. And one of the way of showing patriotism in America is to serve in the U.S. military. So by saying thank you for your service, they will give you a little bit of a credit or opportunity, or just like a way like to give you a higher consideration when you are a veteran, because they don't want to make a veteran to go and become homeless and all other things. But if you apply for federal government jobs, if you are applying for the federal government jobs, what is going to happen is, if they say, when you apply for, let's say you are applying for becoming accountant for the IRS, I'm giving an example, or you are planning to become an accountant for the Department of State, this is the job they advertise. The job requirements, they say the minimum requirement is 1 bachelor degree of accounting and 1 year of experience. If they say that, and there are 50 applicants, out of those 50 applicants, maybe let's say 25 they have masters, and they have CPA, they have 10 years of experience, and blah, 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 but they are not a veteran. But there is one person who served in the military, and that person has honorable discharge. That person will be given that job because the person has met the minimum qualification and is a veteran, will be given that job because that person has met a minimum qualification, despite the extra qualifications of all other candidates. So that is the advantage of being in the military. And if you have a certain type of disability, there is a number of percentage of disability, you get extra points, you get extra consideration. And by disability, it doesn't mean that you have to get completely like 100%. There are people who have, maybe they don't have both legs, or they have extreme, maybe 80% of disability. Myself, I get 10% of disability. So that's why I get 10% preference more than any other veteran. So I'm a veteran with a 10% disability. And for that particular case, with a 10% disability, I get paid $133 until the day I'm going to die. Each month, I get paid that amount until the day I'm going to die. So depending on the disability level, you'll be getting a certain amount of compensation until you die. So those are some of the big, what we say, the benefits you can be able to see, which is, I can say, tangible. But there is one, I say it is not tangible. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it quickly. It's about the concept of being immigrant and the concept of being patriotic as American. So when you go to apply for a job, for instance, let's say you are going to apply as a FBI or you're going to apply as the CIA, or you're going to apply in White House to work maybe Secretary Service or NSA. You are going to, for these big government agencies, for instance, departments. When you apply, for instance, you go there, and, oh, you know, I used to be Tanzanian, I speak Swahili, and blah, 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 blah. Yes, they'll consider you, but it's different. They know this person is immigrant. Yes, I have accent. Whatever, all these kind of things, they will be in a normal human being mindset. They might not be too much interested. Yes, we meet all the qualification, but it will be different for me if I go there. When the first thing they know, this guy is American citizen, this guy is a US veteran, this guy speaks Swahili. They don't care that this person was born in Tanzania, was raised in Tanzania. This guy is patriotic. This guy is the one we need in White House. This guy is the person we need in NSA. This guy is the one we need with the CIA. This is the guy we need in the FBI. You see what I mean? That means you get extra attention, and people give you a little bit more appreciation as someone who served in the military. So you become more American than any other American, because being in the US military, being a veteran, is the biggest honor in America, because everybody, you find like in almost majority of the families, grandfather or a father or kids, at one point, some of those, they served in the military. So everybody has a way to relate and say thank you for the service you have offered. I remember while I was in the military, sometimes it is, when you wear a uniform and you walk around, it becomes like a disturbance. Everywhere you go, thank you for your service. It's just like you look like a superstar because of the uniform you wear. So even if you get as a veteran, or you are at the airport, you get extra consideration because you are a veteran. Whenever you go to job interview, even if it's not a government interview, or someone is, oh, you said you served in the military. Where were you? Oh, I was in San Diego in this ship. Oh, my grandfather used, oh, my uncle, my nephew, whatever, is in the Navy, or is in the Army, is in the Marines, is in the Air Force. All those kind of things help a lot to connect. And there will be no story, oh, tell me about your story in Tanzania. It will be more about, oh, how was the deployment? Where did you go? I went to this country. I went to this country. So it is all about somewhere how you can start the conversation and how you can move forward. So there are so many tangible benefits by being in the as a veteran. Is just extra something. Someone you can trust more. For instance, when like right now we have so much things, because when I got married to my wife, my father-in-law was in the military. He served in the army, but now I served. We have so much things in common when it comes to the veteran or memorial or something. We have so much things in common, and whatever there is another kind of respect for me from him, because I offered myself in the military. So those are some of the benefits which I urge for men. I advise and I encourage. If you know for sure you meet the qualifications to serve in the US military, please do so. Don't fear. In the US, people, they have this mentality, oh, if you are immigrant, if you are black, they will send you to the war. Nobody is sending you to the war. When decision to go to deploy to which country is not done by Ernest Makulilo, black person, no. The decision is done by Congress when it say, or the Joint Chief, whatever they decided from the Department of the Navy, or the whatever that department is going to say, okay, ship number Prebo DDG 88 will be deployed to the Pacific. So the entire ship is going. If it is just this kind of command number blah 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 is going, they are not going to handpick this black person, this white person, this whatever yellow person, this green person, this person because he's immigrant. They don't do that. So don't worry. If the deployment comes, deployment goes by number of the command, or is just like the entire ship is going to the deployment. So thank you so much. Remember to join the military. If you have any question, let me know. Goodbye.